So here is how you're going to copy and paste animations that you've already created. All right, so we have two shapes, two different projects. We're going to work on this one to begin with. We're going to select that object, press play, no animations, right? Let's just go, now we're at T1, 1 second, or at the end of the timeline. Let's go and change some colors. We're going to change the fill color. We're going to change the stroke color. I'm going to change the width of that stroke. And let's also change the rotation, 135. So we have this animation, okay? The first thing you can do, all right, let's just do something like this. I'm going to bring this back here just as an example. And now it's a half-second animation. Now let's say I wanted this animation to go back to its original state. Instead of going here and changing all the values, what I can do, for instance, let's just do it one at a time to begin with. I'm going to select this key value. I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste. And that's it. Really simple. I can copy and paste that key value, and now the rotation goes back to itself. I can also select all of those, copy, and paste. And it goes back to its original state. Now, did you notice that it pasted at the end of the timeline? Well, that's because the playhead was there. So I'm just going to undo. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to paste. Now we got to quick go back and there. If, for instance, we had some odd sort of staggering of those beginning animations, and I copied those, and I pasted. This has just been applied as a step. What we can do is we can just go up, fix that so that they move smoothly. There you go. Okay, so that's copying and pasting key values. The last trick you can do here is if you have a bunch selected, you can drag them, then press Option, and it pulls them out like that. Now, see? Okay, so let's just go back to this animation. And what you can do now, let's say you wanted to have two objects that had the same animations. Well, one, okay, just copying and pasting that object isn't going to do anything, okay? So that's not what we want to do. What you want to do is you want to copy it, okay? And then you go File, Edit, Paste. You have two options now. Paste with key values, which will offset it a little bit. Paste in place with key values. Now we have two objects. I'm going to press Command-Shift-R so you can see it. I'm going to grab one of them. Oops, I keep grabbing both. And there you go. Now we have two objects with the same animation. If I said Edit, Paste with key values, there's another one. Okay? Now, let's go back to just having the one version, and I'm going to add a rectangle. Keeping it in relative mode, I'm just going to move things a little bit, move things so that they're centered. Now, we have rectangle 1, which has our animations on it, rectangle 2 with no animations. Again, I can select those animations, or those key values, select the object I want to paste them to, and paste. See? Now notice how one goes and then the other. That's because I pasted those key values at the playhead, which was at 1. Okay? I pasted it when it was here. If I had pasted here, then you would have the exact same animation at the exact same time. Now this also works for individual properties, right? So if I had only wanted to do, say, the rotation, I could select the rotation key value, and at that time, just paste the rotation. And that's all you get. You get the same motion. If there were multiple values inside of that track. But let's turn off relative mode and change this to 90. Now it has a little hiccup in its animation, so it goes like that. And I selected all of those guys. And I just deleted this. Select that. Paste that time to start. You get the same animations. So you can actually paste multiple key values on the same track as well. And finally, let's just get rid of this guy, or let's just leave that like that. Now let's say I wanted to have this object in another project. Change this Windows. Copy that guy. I can edit, paste in place with key values. Then there you go. Or, like we said before, I can copy all those key values and paste. Okay, so it's really easy to get objects from one project to another project. It's easy to paste key values and tracks between objects in the same project, and so on. And this is how you do it. Pretty simple, right?